Hey guys, this actually begins part 2 of my sticker kit organization series. As you can see here, I have Cricut Paper Co. sticker albums. They're her large version. Shop owner's name is Erica. I actually specifically asked her if she could give me her sticker albums without the vinyl covers on them, and she was more than willing to oblige. Here I'm showing you guys how I tab my sections. This is going to be used for seasonal kits. So every 15 pages, I place a tab from Post-it to demark that season, and then I count another 15 pages, and then on the 30th page, I'll put another tab like 2 inches away from the first one, or the bottom of the first one. And essentially, I'll continue doing that for the 4 seasons. My only tip in this is you really have to know the length of your sticker album, because that I messed up in this video. I mean, you won't see it, but essentially the spacing was off for me because I wasn't coordinating with the length of the sticker album itself. I was coordinating with the length of the tabs. So just one thing to note. Here I am trying to align the tab. It has one sticky side that I'm attaching to the back of the sheet. And I've measured, or I'm using the ruler to measure the distance that I want it away from the first tab. And there that is. Okay, and then I'm gonna go count another 15 pages and apply the third tab. So things to mention here, I had to ask for a custom order from Cricut Paper Co. And she was so nice, and she gave me a little bit of a discount since the vinyl covers weren't attached to the album, which is nice. And then the post-it tabs that I'm using, they are from Amazon, and they are not paper, they're like this sturdy plastic. And they have an adhesive on one side, and you'll see me struggle with this next tab a little bit because I'm trying to make sure that all the adhesive is covered by the sticker page, because if I don't, then the adhesive will pick up dust and dirt and hair, and I don't like that. So I'm trying to make sure it's as straight and as completely covered as I possibly can make it, so that I don't get any debris on the tab. In hindsight, actually, I would have just used like a felt tip marker, not a permanent marker, but a felt tip marker, measured out exactly where I wanted the tab to start, put a little dot there, and then taken away the ruler and just done it like that, and measured the top of the tab with that dot, and then erased the dot later. But good thing I did it this way so you guys won't have to struggle like me. But yeah, lesson learned. I have a couple more albums coming in actually today that I will be tabbing up, so thank goodness for learning, right? At this point, I think I was getting frustrated. I was like, do I use the big ruler? Do I use the small ruler? The big ruler was actually too much weight, so when I would, like, the ruler would weigh down the sheet, so I went back to the small ruler. And this takes a lot of concentration and patience, but again, just marking the length with the felt pen would be a completely better option than what I was doing. And then I think I'm gonna go for the fourth tab, which will be the fourth season. So this one's gonna start in winter and in autumn. And this is me just counting the pages, because if they're not 15 pages at the end, that means you messed up somewhere. Also, thing to note, you want to make sure that your opening of the page is at the top before you start any labeling, tabbing, anything, because it would really suck if you got to the end and you realized you had 14 pages and 16 pages in another section. So just make sure you count out I try to count out twice. I don't know if I've always did it twice, but for my next album, I will be counting out twice just to make sure that I don't add additional or too little pages to each section. And here's I am with the ruler again, just forever struggling, you know. I really can't believe I did it this way. I don't know what possessed me to do it this way, but essentially, this is what we're working with. Alright. And that was the last one, and I think it just went down. Wow, that was awesome. Okay, so now from my sticker kit organization video that you guys saw prior to this video, or that I posted prior to this video, I don't know if you saw it. If you didn't, go watch it. I'm just putting my kits in the section. So the page with the tab, I do not put a heavy kit in there because as I lift and move the tabbed page, I don't want this sticker tab to come off. So I only have that Jackson Pepper kit in there because it's a super lightweight kit. It's only 2 pages, and when I move that tabbed page, it won't weigh it down to the point where the tab feels like it has to come off. Not to say that the adhesive isn't strong enough, but I just want to make sure that I'm not contributing to any of the loosening of it. And of course I have more tabs just in case they do happen to come off, but they feel really sturdy on there. I'm not saying that they don't feel sturdy. This is the Aurora kit from Caress Press. This is my winter section that I'm going through, and this is very out of order. Typically people would like put the cover on, put the cover vinyls on, put the tabs on, label the tabs, and then sort the kits, but I was doing it in terms of when everything came in because I was just so excited to get it started. Here's me flipping to the spring section. And that is a kit from Station Stickers. I actually asked her to put it back in her shop and she was more like, she did it like the next day. And I've never had a shop do that. And it was super kind of her to do. This is one of my favorite shops, my first shops for buying from. It's called My Perfect Plan. She is still open. She is a Ukraine-based planner shop, sorry, a sticker shop. Please go support her. It's My Perfect Plan on Etsy.com. Yeah, she does awesome work, and her kits are in matte, and I think you can also get them in glossy, or premium matte, and I think you can also get them in glossy. Now these are my summer kits. I didn't even realize how many summer kits I had. I'm like, whoa, I'm counting them just to make sure I have enough space for them, which I believe I do. And now again, I'm taking a 2-page kit, putting it in the tabbed page, and then continuing with the rest. That's Pink Sands from Glam Planner, her Biddy kit. This is Boardwalk from Caress Press. And the next kit is Sadie's Stickers. I don't think I'm doing it in any specific order. Oh, no, I am. I was putting kits from the same shop together just because they're all within summer, so just a way to like kind of separate them. Just in case I'm looking for like a specific kit from a shop owner, I can be like, yes, I know it's in this section of the summer kits because I put the same shops together. Or kits from the same shop together. That's me loading summer, and then last but not least is autumn. Oh wait, maybe I don't have any autumn kits. Do I have autumn kits? I thought I did. Well, I do in the binder now, but maybe I didn't right at this point in time. That's so strange, but yeah, that is how I go about doing all of the albums. And I think here I'm just explaining like I'm going to be labeling the tabs and putting covers on. And this is where we put the covers on. This is like the most exciting part because I saw it actually come together as what I had envisioned in my head, which sometimes does not always work out. But I got these vinyls from a shop called Cecile's Creations, I believe, on Etsy. I will have it linked down below. She does phenomenal work. I personally, so I think each label was $2 or so, and then she has like a discount if you get more than one label, or like four, a set of four, for a set of eight, a set of 12, so on and so forth. Um, they're not cheap. They're $2 per label, or maybe that is cheap. Maybe that is cheap to some people, but they're $2 per label, and I just would not cheap out on this or go to a shop that's any cheaper because I did and I completely regret it because they weren't as specific about or they weren't as willing to adjust the measurements as other shops were. And so they didn't come out right. The sizing was off and they were just completely not quality. And so I would completely do it this way. So what you didn't see off camera is me alcohol wiping the spine and the front cover. Right now I'm making sure that the vinyl, which is the black part, adheres to the top part, or what we call the transfer paper, which is just clear. So this is kind of like a sandwich. There's transfer paper on top, then the vinyl, which is the black part, and then the back white part is the backing of the stickers. So essentially right now I'm trying to adhere the vinyl to the transfer tape so that when I peel off the transfer tape from the backing, the vinyl gets picked up with it. But so essentially what I was saying is you have to alcohol wipe down the front cover and then the spine just to make sure there's no dirt or debris that would interfere with getting your stickers onto the covers and lasting on the covers. So right now, do not mind my janky nails. Let me tell you, I got my nails done one day before filming this video and I was so upset. So yeah, never going back to that nail shop again. They've lost my business. I won't call them out, but yeah, never again, never again. And now I was just slowly peeling the transfer paper, and as you can see, the vinyl has perfectly adhered to that transfer paper. And then I am going to align the vinyl with the transfer paper into the position I want it on the spine. And I am very careful not to touch underneath the black part. Touching the clear part, like the transfer tape or the transfer tape is fine, but if you start to touch underneath the black part, the oils from your hand will prevent the black part from sticking to your surface. And so that's why I'm being very careful about just touching the outer portions of the transfer tape. And then also, you don't want to use the heat from your hands to like rub on this until you're sure the positioning is in the exact place you want it, or else you won't be able to reposition it. And then I'm going to use a credit card and just literally smooth down the vinyl onto the album so that it can release from the transfer tape. And I was just saying that I have to wipe down the front cover again because the oils from my hands while I'm holding the album are going to transfer, and I don't want that to interfere with the front vinyl sticker. Yeah, I'm really smoothing it on here. Yeah, it takes a little bit, but honestly, it's not that hard. Um, yeah, she makes it very easy for you, and that green paper that I was using as a guide for my cover vinyl, because I had already done a album before this, that was actually the directions that she provided, and she gives you an alcohol wipe too to apply your vinyls, or to wipe down your surface and then apply your vinyls. And also, you want to make sure that the alcohol dries, of course, before you put down the vinyl sticker. And again, peel back very slowly just to make sure every single piece of that vinyl is adhering to your surface and not getting picked back up with that transfer paper, tape, whatever you want to call it, transfer sticker. I'm doing this very slowly. Yeah, and if you happen to find a little bit of your vinyl gets stuck on the tape, it's like coming up, you want to lay down that transfer paper again and then smooth it on, or smooth over it with the credit card again. And that is the spine. I'm very happy with it. And then next I will move on to the front cover. And you always, again, want to make sure and check that that top slit is open on the top and not the bottom, because you do not want to put your vinyls down in the wrong direction. It's something that would happen to me but did not, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, you just want to be very careful. And here we are going to lay down the front vinyl. And I'm using this green sheet as a guide. To be honest, it was helpful, but I think maybe if I didn't have kids in the albums already, it would have been more helpful, because it would have been less, it would have moved a little less, because the weight of the kits was kind of preventing me from keeping my front cover flat. So essentially I'm wiping down the front cover again to get rid of the oils. Oh, the only thing about this shop too is she only gave me one alcohol wipe. I have several at home, but that's a thing to note. I'm sure you could use an alcohol or a cotton pad or something like that, but you want to just also make sure that the cotton does not get transferred onto the cover after you're done wiping down. Here I am smoothing the vinyl onto the transfer paper. Yep. This is actually kind of fun. Like, I'm glad like what I envisioned this being came out exactly like I wanted it to, because I was scared that because I could see the bindings in the spine, I wasn't going to like it. Like, it wouldn't look as done as I wanted it to. But when I lined them up, it just looks so clean and cute, actually. Like it's like a design or something, which I loved. Again, you want to peel this back slowly. That first part I was kind of zealous, but this part, yeah, you want to be very careful. Make sure you're doing it very slowly. I don't know what that little dance was, but here I am, zoomed it in a little bit, putting down this sticker and making sure that it is even Steven. And I love it. So then again, I'm going to use a credit card and smooth the vinyl onto the surface. Now sometimes I go letter by letter, other times I just kind of do the whole, what you see that I'm doing now. I don't really know which one works better, because I've gone letter by letter before and it's like sometimes the vinyl still won't stick down. So whatever your preference is, just make sure that all the vinyl gets transferred down to the album. Then you can see that what I was talking about, the paper was still too attached to the vinyl, so I'm smoothing it down again to make sure that vinyl completely transfers onto my surface and it can be released from the transfer tape. I think this happened about 2 times. I think it's going to happen again with the end of that L. And I'm trying to use the heat from my hand also to like kind of get the stickiness, or to get more tackiness in the stickiness. And then here I go again, and you can see the end of the L's coming up, so I'm going in to smooth it down again. And presto. Now I'm peeling it back very slowly. Yep, and I think this looks so awesome. The final result is like perfect. They're so happy with it. I'm like really particular about like spacing and making sure everything's even and horizontal. So I am very happy with the job that I did here. I think it is a little bit too far to the right, but I still think it looks great. I still think it looks great. It looks straight, and that was my biggest concern. Now I'm going to label the tabs, and I got these labels from a Etsy shop named Create with Mandy, and they were superb. Superb. This is my seasonal sticker album, and so I'm just going to use the stickers that say the seasons on them and tab it up. Again, I start with winter, and you'll see the tabs as they come off. They're just rectangular tabs that are like less than 2 inches, because my tabs themselves are 2 inches. And she is very flexible, so she will ask you what size you want the tabs to be, and what size your tabs are, so that she can make like a suggestion if you have no idea, like I did. But yeah. So I was cleaning off old tabs because I had written on them with permanent marker, so I used alcohol to get them out, and for some reason that blue stain from the alcohol pad got on that winter sticker, so I was trying to clean it off, but the end part kind of got it, so it is what it is. But yeah, I think that still looks really good. I can go back again with some alcohol and get that off of the end of that sticker. Next is spring. And this part went by fairly easy. I was very happy about that because I just eyeballed it and I kind of got the spacing down that I wanted, even though I was eyeballing it, which never happens. But yeah, there was no rocket science to this part, just putting the labels on the tabs, making sure that they're straight, and sinking them down. And this is exactly the look I wanted. I'm so excited for it. I would prefer if the tabs, like the font, was a little bit bolder, but I am very happy regardless. I can read them. And yeah, I think they look so clean. And they're printed on a transparent matte paper, and I think it blended in perfectly with the color of the tab that I have from Post-it. And here I am just trying to realign the sticker. I just might have been a little bit crooked. And again, you don't want to touch these too much because again, those oils from your hands will prevent it from sticking down and staying down. But yeah, I've got one more season to go, and that's autumn. And then you will also see me label my monthly kits. And then this green sticky is just a marker for my favorite kits. The green sticky note that's on the autumn page. Yeah, I mark those as my favorites, and I tend not to use my favorites, so I mark them just to be like, hey, okay, it's time to use this. Even though it's your favorite, you've got to let go sometime. Or if I think like there's like, so this, let's say this kit is Thanksgiving, if I think that there's going to be like a really big event that involves Thanksgiving, then I'll use my favorite kit for that. And I don't have a problem with that. But other times I'm just like holding on to a kit just because I love the art in it and it's too pretty. But yeah, that is the end of my seasonal kits. Then I will move on to my monthly kits. I'm so excited. Like, I don't know why organization just makes me so happy, but it does. And oh, here I am fixing the autumn sticker. I don't know what was wrong with it, but here I am fixing it. And does that work better? That works better for me. So sometimes I don't really know why I'm fixing things, but apparently that is something that I needed to fix and now is better. So that is the seasonal kits album, and next I will do the monthly. And I'm sorry about the vibrations. My camera stand is actually attached to my desk, and my desk is not really that sturdy. So anytime I like hit it, the camera stand will also move. And now I'm doing the months. I've already started with January through March. Oops. And I will continue with April. This part just kind of flies by pretty quickly. I'm just, again, I can't say how happy I am with how this turned out. I have 2 more albums to do. One is going to be travel kits. I have an Anytimes kit that I already have done, but I want to put tabs on it just to kind of separate the categories in there from like weddings, home kits, all those other kinds of things, self-care kits, etc., etc. And then I have one last album that I want to do. It's going to be called Leftover Kits. I don't think that one will need tabs. I think it's just going to be a random of whatever I have left over. And then maybe I'll sell them, or maybe I will just reuse them again for other kits, or other parts of it will be incorporated in like Frankenplans, but we'll see. Yeah, I am very excited about using this system now. I also used, you see that they have like way more tabs than what I'm tabbing right now, and that's because those tabs are going to go on my sticker organization, and you'll see me place those during that video. That video is going to be a little bit more cumbersome because there's so many different categories that I have. They're not kits, they're just like the freestanding stickers that I use for planning on a daily basis. And then I will probably show you how I store all of my kits, not like how I organize them, but how I store them. Literally, I have the container store containers, a little, I forgot what you call these, not Tupperware, but like a little plastic box with like Happy Planner kit or Happy Planner sticker books, and then I have my albums lined up right after that. Yeah. And this is just me being very particular about how these go down. Some of the months, like July, I don't have any kits for. July is just not a month that a lot happens. I mean, you have the 4th of July if you guys celebrate that. But yeah, it's nothing. There's nothing. I don't pre-plan kids for that. I guess I should say. I don't have any family birthdays in July either, so that's probably why it's pretty empty. Like I think I have a family member in every month. January, February, yes. Ooh, I don't. Oh, March I do. April I do. May I do. June I do. July no. August yes. September yes. October yes. November also I do not, but November there's Thanksgiving. And then December is my birthday and another family member's birthday. So, yeah. Oh, and then this kit in October, I plan to be moving, but I'm actually gonna have to move that kit to. Oh, it's actually in November. Sorry. Yeah, I put my labels behind the pages because I like to see the label as I'm flipping through every page of the section rather than turning it if it were to be on the front of the section and then having the rest of the sections uh, on top of the next month's tab. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I like my tabs to follow rather than lead the section. And this is December. I am so over the moon excited. Yeah, I don't know how other planner people do the binders. For me, this system works a lot better for me personally, just because I feel like with the binders, I don't like it when the rings or like the holes for the rings break, and binders typically fall apart a lot and often for me. Like with a year's use, they'll be like falling apart. The front cover will be falling off. All different sorts of things. But these albums are perfect. And thank you guys for watching.